Hi, welcome to another edition of Larry's First Impression Beer Reviews. Today I am not doing a normal first impressions, but today is inspired by one of my first impression beer reviews that I did on a beer like about maybe 3 weeks ago from Founders. It's Founders Blushing Monk. Blushing Monk is a self-proclaimed bigger brother of its own beer from Founders again called Rubaeus. So I thought, while I was doing that video, I said to myself, I actually kind of maybe prefer the Rubaeus to the Blushing Monk. So I thought it'd be fun to go out and get a can of Rubaeus and do a side-by-side beer comparison. So without any further ado, let's roll up our sleeves, let's get a couple of glasses, let's pour this stuff into a couple of glasses and see how they compare as far as color and smell and head and taste, and see whether or not I, at least in this case, prefer one or the other, or are they a completely total different animal, which it might be. So seeing as I did the Blushing Monk just a couple weeks ago, I'm going to start with the regular old Rubaeus. So it's a pure raspberry ale, clocking in at 5.7 IBUs, and it's got that nice raspberry pinkish color going to it, and I'm getting a pretty decent little strawberry colored head on it. The bubbles are kind of popping, and it's got a nice little fizz going on to it. A little bit of effervescence in it. It's rather clear, but you can see how it's got a nice ruby raspberry color to it. It smells like a fruity lager. It smells like a fruity lager, and which is what I remembered before too, thinking raspberry. I don't smell a raspberry. So anyway, oh my gosh, I'm salivating like Pavlov's dog. So I better get this a taste, and so I can move on to the other one. So anyway, I think Founders' motto is brewed for us. So hey, keep brewing for us, Founders. Cheers. Nice raspberry flavor. Just like I remembered, thinking that this is almost like the best fruit beer that I had ever tried. I love raspberries, and as you might not tell, I like beer a little bit. But marry those two together, the love of raspberries, the love of fruit, and Founders has knocked it out of the park with Rubaeus. I have nothing bad to say about that. I'll drink that out of a can. I'll drink it out of a tap. I'll drink it out of a bottle. I highly recommend this Rubaeus. Okay, so if my memory serves me right, this is why I was a little bit disappointed with the Blushing Monk. That it just didn't give me that delicious raspberry experience. Although on the bottle, right here, it says, gives you a luscious raspberry jam character. So maybe this bottle is a little bit different than the one I had before. So anyway, let's crack the Founders bottle. So now this is why I like Founders. This is why I like the bottles. It's attention to detail. It's. I know it's maybe a little more cost effective to put it in cans, and as far as shipping it, it's lighter weight and cheaper. But for me, the experience of craft beers is the cool labels, the cool bottles, the cool caps, and this one usually got the lettering. Let's put a little base over here a minute. Got the lettering on the bottle right here, just etched right in the bottle. Founders Brewing Company. So nice little details. I really appreciate those kind of details with my craft beers. And so I almost forgot. There's always another detail that's often maybe overlooked by people, but I mentioned earlier their mantra, and there it is, brewed for us. Little message inside the cap. This is just their normal cap. This is not a barrel aged series. Different smell, completely different. Well, this one smells more like a lager. This one smells more boozy, which makes sense. I mean, it's 9.2. So let's get in a glass. And yeah, it's pouring off a beautiful ruby red color again. And nice strawberry colored head on it. Let me get this stuff all sort of on a picture so you can see. Lots of effervescence in that one. So the effervescence is quite a bit more. The color is very, very similar. Let's hold those bad boys up next to each other. Color is almost exactly the same. So they say that they brew this with a ridiculous amount of raspberries. So let's give it a taste. See if it's better than Rubaeus. It's certainly more expensive, and it's certainly got a higher alcohol content. But all right, well, let's be fair. Let's give it a taste before we judge. For some reason, this one has much more raspberry flavor than the first bottle I tried. I think my review would have been much more gracious had I opened this bottle as opposed to the other bottle I got. I don't know why, from bottle to bottle, it should be any different whatsoever, but maybe my palate was sort of primed by the Rubaeus, which is completely possible. But this has got nice fruity flavor as well. It's also got a little more heavier feel. So maybe that's the jelly jam sort of thing that they're referring to. Let's go ahead and get in. Cheers. Okay. Here's the situation I got. You can get Rubaeus year-round. It's very, very good. It's 5.7, and it's probably relatively more inexpensive than the Blushing Monk. The Blushing Monk is fun. It's cool. It's got a little bit different mouthfeel to it, but to be honest, I think I was right. I think I still prefer the Rubaeus. I actually do. So, other than the elevated alcohol content and the fact that it's in a bottle and all the cool details that go along with that, if you were to set two of these in front of me and didn't tell me that this was Rubaeus, and you didn't tell me that this was the Blushing Monk, and you said, Larry, tell me which is which, I'm not so sure I could do it. So, I don't know if this side-by-side has been a success or not. It may have just muddied the water more than anything else. But I know one thing, with 9% and a 5.7%, they're going down pretty smooth, and I'm enjoying both of them. So, I don't think you can go wrong. So if you get a chance to get this stuff and you want to try it, and I don't know, you just love limited release stuff when it first comes off the trucks, by all means try Blushing Monk. If you just like a good raspberry beer and you want a staple, and you can get it anytime you want. It's like, hey, I feel like a raspberry beer. Excuse me. This boy's around all the time. and is really solid. This is actually one of my very favorites. This is a home run for me. So, hey, if you enjoy my videos, please like them. Feel free to comment below and subscribe. I put out a lot of stuff out there, and I really enjoy sharing my thoughts with y'all. So here's to brewing for us, and here's to Founders, and here's the Blushing Monk. Rubaeus' bigger brother. Yeah, Rubaeus, my opinion, is the better tasting beer. All right, so Redder out.